Aakash, 47 needed of the last 4 overs. It seems like par for the course in any IPL game for that matter. But when you're up against Bhuvneshwar and Mustafizur, it seems impossible. Are they the best death bowling pair in the IPL?
Without a shadow of doubt, Nikhil, because these two men have been sensational. Mustafizur Rahman, I think we can continue talking about him for a few hours. This show is not long enough because he's a special bowler. He's a special find. He bowls in areas that batsmen are not used to play. He's got this immaculate yorker and a fantastic slow off-cutter delivery that goes away from the right-hander. And Bhuvneshwar Kumar, he's been sensational too because don't forget that he actually started this tournament poorly where Sarfaraz Khan, I think, took him for 20 odd runs in the first over, in the only over that he bowled towards the death. But then he's bounced back, purple cap holder. And yes, they are the best death bowling pair for sure in this IPL.
Okay, let's talk about Andre Russell. Now, we all know that KKR are missing him, or missed him rather, as a player. But do you think it also disturbs their balance, that finely balanced team, that all-rounder goes missing?
100%, because you've got Andre Russell. He's a multi-utility player. He's not just one-dimensional. He gives you overs in the power play overs. He gives you a couple of overs at the death. And he is a brute striker of the cricket ball. And if he goes missing, that means you have now 2 pieces to fill. You've got to have 2 men to replace one guy, which is not possible. You can only play 11. With Russell, you almost are playing with about 12 men. But in this case, because they drafted in someone like R. Satish, they've got Jason Holder, it was as if they were playing with 10. So Andre Russell's absence was huge.
Okay, you mentioned R. Satish there. We have plenty of KKR fans on our NDTV sports desk, and this is the question they wanted me to ask you. What is R. Satish doing in the team? He bowls just 1 over, isn't a great batsman, and then you have someone like a Piyush Chawla sitting in the dugout.
Not just Piyush Chawla, Nikhil. There is a kid called Sheldon Jackson who's been doing ever so well in first-class cricket for the last 2 odd years. Has been with the KKR, hasn't got a game since. And R. Satish hasn't really set the world on fire. It's just that he had a good Syed Mushtaq Ali trophy. So I think that was the reason that Gautam Gambhir has instilled so much faith in this kid. But then he hasn't really fired. Not just in this season. You can see about 7, 8, 9 years of the IPL. He was with the Mumbai Indians earlier. Before that, he was in the Indian Cricket League, the defunct ICL, but he hasn't really been a sensational success. So if that's the case, you've got to really go for someone, maybe just go for the jugular and have a young guy. Sheldon Jackson, an unknown commodity, but I think Gautam was slightly cagey when it came to that decision and eventually backfired. I personally feel that whenever they played with Satish, they've played only with 10 men.
Okay, now let's talk about another good performer in this match. Yuvraj Singh seemed a bit angry today. Was it the effect of not being picked for the Indian team? And that anger then came out on the KKR bowlers. And also on the field, it was the Yuvraj of old. One stump to aim and gets it.
It was like seeing him rewind the clock. When he's striking the ball, they are not better strikers of the cricket ball. And he's got that flair, that power, and he was in his elements today when he was batting. Gautam Gambhir mentioned his innings as a cameo. I think it was a match-changing innings as far as Sunrisers' fortunes were concerned, because they really didn't have anybody else as a big striker towards the end. So Yuvraj had to fire, came good in a knockout game, 43. 50 could have been slightly better, but then T20 cricket is not about landmarks. Fielded superbly, and I thought he could have actually bowled a couple of overs and picked up a couple of wickets as well. So it's auguring well now for the Sunrisers Hyderabad that it's no longer playing as a one-man team, which it did for a little while with regards to their batting. Yuvraj Singh coming back to some serious form is great news.
Okay, so it's going to be a great game between Gujarat 10 and Hyderabad, both teams looking good. Thanks so much for joining us, Aakash.